morning everyone. The building surveyors have just left and I'm trying to be upbeat and positive. Had a little bit of a busy morning. Lee's home, he's downstairs. So we've just been trying to weigh up the priority list of things that need to be done in the house. The surveyor has pulled up all sorts. So we did have a survey done on the property before we bought it, obviously. We've just had another surveyor out this morning with regards to some roof work that's getting done. And then we've also had the utility roof looked at. And honestly, the things that they pointed out, basically what he said was the house had been patched up, ready for going on the market, which is understandable. It's what happens, you know, people will patch things up to hide certain things when they are putting the house on the market. It's not really how I would do things, but you know, some people just want out of a property quicker than others, and I get it, it's understandable. But you are definitely on a journey when you are buying and selling a house, and you always end up where you are supposed to be. We put our house on the market in spring 2021 and it took us that long, and yeah, here we are in January 2024 in our new house, embracing all of the problems and issues we've been hit with this morning. We need to save an extra £4,000 towards our budget for getting the repairs and works done, and that is such a huge amount of money. So Lee has tightened the purse strings, no spending, we can't spend. So I was like, oh my gosh, you know, the first thing you want to do when you move into a new house is buy new things, and that's completely normal. And I knew I weren't going to do that because I wanted to use all of the things that I've got. But you can't help but want to go out and buy little new things that you see. And, you know, we already exceeded the budget with paint. And I've done so much in such a short space of time, but now I really need to rein it in and not spend money. We need to save that extra £4,000 for the work to be able to start on what needs to be done in the house. So there will be a slight delay on work starting because there would be no point in doing one job until another job's done. We're going to be extra conscious of the choices that we're making and where we're spending our money, and just try our best to save. Fingers crossed it works out well. But to make myself feel better, we spent about an hour and a half yesterday in the loft looking for the curtains from our old bedroom, which never actually got put up. And we could not for the life of us find the bag that had the curtains in. I knew they were in the loft somewhere. They weren't still in storage, so they had to be in the loft. We went through every box and bag and couldn't find them. So then Lee said, well, they're not in here, love, you're wasting your time looking now, we're just going over the same stuff. So we had a little sort out while we were up there, sorted a box out for the charity shop, a box out for the tip, which was all the old cardboard boxes and, you know, bubble wrap, all those type of things. So we had a good sort out up there. And then I was like, I don't know where these curtains could be. You know, they're not small, they're folded neatly in one of the IKEA bags. You're never going to believe where I'd put them. All that time, and I'd put them in the drawer in the bed, and I was just like, that's time I'm never going to get back, but not to worry. I then sat before and I put every single curtain hook on those curtains, and I've put them in the bay window, and oh, it's like they were made for that space. This is how the curtains are looking. Let me just close the blinds. I feel like they were made for this space, and they weren't. They were made for the old bedroom, but I could pinch them together with a little bit of string to get the pleats to sit more uniform, but I think be able to repurpose them when I didn't even think I was going to be able to use them is amazing. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with how they look on the window. It's so nice. I mean, they are a wave track curtain, so they don't sit both sides of the bay. They will only sit this side and then, you know, close them around the bay. But I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with them. I love them. Now let's speak about the mirrors. Thank you so much for all of your lovely comments with regards to the mirrors going above the bedside tables on this wall. It was a resounding no. Now, the mirrors are too wide. They were perfect in our other house, but just don't feel like they're perfect on that wall. And the height of the bedside tables doesn't help either, because they are quite tall, although they're old. They are old, but I don't want to have to change them. If anything, I'd just change the lampshades, because the lampshades have got a little bit marked with moving house, which is understandable. But I am going to paint that wall and take the wallpaper down, because as much as the wallpaper is lovely, it's just not to my taste or to Lee's taste either. And I've just got a vision in my mind of this room being quite calm, and I feel like that wallpaper is just a little bit too busy for me. I'm exactly the same with stripes. They affect my eyes. If there's too much going on the wallpaper, or there's stripes in the wallpaper, it really does affect my eyes. So what I'm hoping to do today, Lee's downstairs, so I'm going to get him up to move the bed for me. But I'm going to rip some of the wallpaper from behind the headboard lower down where it can't be noticed. And if the walls aren't perfect, I'm just going to push the bed back and leave it there until maybe summer or autumn this year. I'll just push it back and forget about it. But fingers crossed the walls aren't too bad. I am so warm. Lee's just said to me he's come up and moved the bed for me so I can get behind and have a little look at the wall. And he said, don't you ever stop? I said, I know I'm roasting. He went, are you roasting? I went, yeah, I've just took my gilet off. He went, switching the heating off then. He's so kind and caring, but he's just moved the bed out for me to get behind. And the good thing is, I've the strength in my arm for that. I can have a little hoover behind here as well, but I'm going to get down. Well, we're going to get down and have a little rip of the wallpaper in a spot where I can just easily hide it if the walls are bad. I actually don't think they're too bad, them walls. Oh, she started something now. I actually think the walls might be okay. I am so relieved because the walls actually look fine. I've got my little tennis elbow support on, which really is helping. I just don't know whether I've got it in me to be able to paint now. I really should be resting this. But there's still that little bit of me going, oh, just do it. Just do it. I mean, Lee's here, so all I would have to do is the cutting in and Lee would do the rollering. I mean, he'd do all of it. He would, but I like to do it myself because I enjoy things like that, and I know that Lee doesn't, and I'd rather him do things that he enjoys. Like, he's loving going in the garden, clearing all the garden, because we're a little bit overrun at the moment with ivy. So he's trying to maintain that, because apparently autumn and winter is the perfect time to try and get ivy under control. So he's really enjoying doing that. So I'm like, you do what you enjoy and I'll do what I enjoy. I can't tell you how much we're enjoying being here and doing all these things. And I'm not by no means complaining over my arm. I just wish that I was as fit as I was a couple of months ago and able to do these things. Like, I wouldn't have even given it a second thought. Paintbrush and roller would have been out, but as it stands right now, I'm like, I will need Lee's help. I'm going to go downstairs, grab the paint and tell you what name it is, and we'll have a little look at what it looks like. I'll get a paintbrush. Maybe I could do like this little wall over this side by the TV. There's a little strip of wall just there. So I'm going to go downstairs anyway and get the paint because I'm just rambling now. It is a little bit later and I've just been out to post the parcels for your Etsy orders and website orders for wax melts. Thank you so much to everybody who placed an order. They have all been posted. So hopefully they should be with you either tomorrow morning or the next day. Fingers crossed. If Royal Mail do what they're paid to do, you'll get them super fast. But this is the paint I chose for the bedroom. It's a B&Q Good Home, tough and durable. This had amazing reviews online, so I was like, rather than paying out extortionate prices for paint, I'm more than happy to get a bargain. I wanted something that was a little bit neutral. That's hurting my arm holding it up. Probably a little weakling, aren't I? I wanted something quite calm and neutral, so I thought Cancun looked perfect, and I feel like it will go really, really well with the curtains. So I want to put it on the wall right now, and Lee said no. He went, don't do it yet. And I'm like, he's like, no, you need to rest your arm. You're not listening. You've got to rest your arm. So I'm like, okay. Still upstairs with a paintbrush. You shouting me? To be saying, no, you've got to rest it, you know. give it a week or give it 2 weeks and it will feel so much better. I'm like, no. I still came upstairs with the paintbrush like that with it behind my back. So I'm still going to pop a little touch on just to see what it's like. But I'm not going to be painting today, and I'm definitely not going to be taking the paper off the wall. I can't do it yet. At least by putting just a touch on the wall, it's going to give me an idea of the colour, whether I like it. And Lee's like, don't you dare put paint on that wall. A little tiny touch is not going to harm. How lovely is that? I mean, it's probably coming off quite grey on camera, but it is a lovely neutral beige colour. Let's just put a little spot here, just so we can see what it dries down like. Just a little spot. Oh, I think that's going to be lovely. What do you think? In fact, this was the little wall that I was talking about. So I'm going to put a little tiny bit on here, only a tiny bit. Lee will never know. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is so nice. That's another thing we need to do. If we do take the carpet up and go for wooden flooring, we need to fix these boards underneath, skating boards. Very crunchy. Going, I'll just put a little tiny spot on, and all of a sudden, like, I've just painted this one big piece. Lee won't even notice. I cannot wait to see what that dries like. I just wanted to get a little bit of it on the wall so it gives me an idea of the colour, and from here I'm really happy with the colour, but I know it's going to dry down probably a touch darker, which I'm more than happy with. I feel like it matches the roller blinds perfectly, but I love that colour. So nice. It's probably going to take a couple of coats, but that's made me excited, very excited. I'm just going to pop a little bit on this wall here so it's right by the curtains and I can see exactly what the colour's like. I don't want to put a lot on because I would use a roller on that big wall, but I think it's lovely. How's it looking from over here? To me, it's still in the viewfinder. This still looks very cool and blue, which is bizarre. But that's really nice, even against the walnut. It looks really nice. I'm so excited, but gotta rest my arm.